Ask Raven. The wise one listens and answers with song, from cedar shadows where old truths belong.
I marked the storm before it came, before it earned its salted name. It fed on nets and broken men that chose a course and hunted then. From Stevenson's dock the ship withdrew, while warnings rode the wind that blew. The weather rose with mindful will, a roaming beast that would not still. Boats were lost and gear was torn, the coast were grief from night till morn. And like a hound upon a trail, the system tracked tooth and gale. They ran with it through inside seas, through sleepless hours, bending knees. The wind stayed hard upon the beam, the days dissolved to salt and seam. Work and rest and work again, the crew moved on through rain and pain. The storm would fade, then draw back near, presence close enough to fear. At last, past midnight's broken line, they reached Port Hardy's guarded sign. The harbor held, the hull lay fast, but outside still the tempest passed. The rigging screamed, rain struck steel, like thrown hard stones with bitter zeal. They tied the lines and closed the day, and weariness had earned its way. Captain Jordan went below, her lamp and shadow trayed him slow. His body sought its needed rest, but storms do not obey such tests. That was the hour Carrie came, not as a thought and not as flame, not dream nor memory worn and thin, but standing whole as he had been. They were but boys when Carrie died. Now Jordan stood with years grown wide, yet there he was, unchanged by time, a youth preserved in mortal rhyme. The shock alone broke sleep apart and sent cold thunder through his heart. His breath ran fast, his pulse took wing, the night grew close to everything. He spoke to one from village ground and asked if Carrie's name was found. The youth said no, too young to know. That told how long the lost can go. Again to sleep did Jordan fall, and Carrie crossed that fragile wall. This time his voice took human air. Jordan, do not wake from here. Fear rose swift and drove him bright. He told the watch but walked the night. He said, if harm should cross this frame, then wake me fast. I speak his name. A third descent to sleep he made, 3 crossings where the worlds had stayed, and there again the figure stood. Jordan, do not wake, he good. You are the only one who hears, the only bridge across my years. He showed his father's working face, alive in nets at steering pace. A sailor man, through sun and rain, unknowing of his son's refrain. I speak to him through every tide, said Carrie's voice in dim divide. He cannot hear me. Tell me why. Your ears are open, where his lie. Jordan spoke of who he was, of storm and sea and unseen cause, of hour and gale and broken sky, where doors stand wide, when worlds draw nigh. Confusion wrapped the wandering soul, denial tried to take control. Raven saw him start to fade, back toward the dark where ghosts are made. So Jordan spoke the final scene. You do not walk the world of men, your breath is gone, your years are done, you must not wander as you've run. At first he fought what memory showed. The wounds appeared where life once flowed. The voices came, pressure too. The ending broke itself in view. He touched the scars where death had stood. Truth at last was understood. And in that knowing soft and wide, patient light rose at his side. Not sharp, not loud, burning bright, but warm as hearth and soft as night. Within it waited those he knew, a brother lost, youth was new. Raven knew whose arms had come to walk him home, to lead him home. Jordan said his wandering ceased, that brother's call had brought release. Carrie turned with wondrous face, then turned once more in parting grace. Thank you, Jordan, softly said, and stepped beyond the living dead. Jordan woke with salted eyes, while rain still clawed the harbor skies. The storm still roared beyond the hull, but not as near, nor quite as full. Some meanings carved the world with loss, some leave no scar, but set things across. Not all who walk with ghosts are cursed, some close the tale, some seal the verse. The ship moved on when weather fled, sea unknotted what it said. But Jordan did not leave the same, for wandering souls now knew his name. Some harbors keep the living whole, some cradle lost and drifting soul, and some exist by fate's decree to join them once, then set them free. If you have seen the storms reveal, the tides have taught you what they feel. The faces lost have crossed your sleep from waters dark and harbors deep. Then send your word through wire and sea to where such memories rest with me. Ghostboatadventures@gmail.com, and walk the painted paths I make. From every tale the tides forsake. Ask Raven Native Art at Etsy.com. All messages are read in time, not all returned in word or rhyme. Some are kept in shadows dwell, the raven log, where lost things tell.
What you forget, Raven remembers. Through fire and embers, Raven remembers. Nevermore, nevermore, nevermore.